Hello, welcome to Perspectives on Canadian Business. I assume that you've come to look at this today because you're trying to decide whether or not to take the course. I suggest you do. There's a lot of good reasons that you might be interested in this course, not just because I teach it, so it'll be a little bit of fun for everyone, but also because most people in their lives will have to work, virtually everyone, in fact, will have to work in some type of organization, and most of those organizations will be business. You might go on to a career in government or a career in a nonprofit organization, but nonetheless, you'll need to deal with people around you on a continual basis that do work in business. So having an understanding of how business works and how business works in Canada will really be a benefit to you. And why I teach this course is because I've worked in business for many years now. I've worked in a number of different parts of business. I started off as a manufacturing engineer in aerospace, and then I went and did an MBA in finance. I worked up through corporate planning into treasury and then into the treasurer of one of Canada's largest pulp and paper companies, multi-billion-dollar organization. So what's in store for you if you take this course? Well, what we're going to cover is the basics of business. Who is in business, why they're in business, how do you get into business. A lot of you are going to have some really brilliant ideas and things that you're going to do in your life, and it will help you if you have some idea of how to make those a reality. And many of those ideas that you have will become a reality through business. And we're also trying to give you an understanding of how business actually works. Many of you will become managers in businesses, and you will need to know what you need to pay attention to and how to succeed in business. And on the topic of how to succeed in business, I have a very old joke that I'd like to tell you. Finally, you finish your degrees, you do your bachelor's degree, maybe you do your master's degree, you get that first great job, and you walk in, you open the desk drawer, and there's 3 envelopes. What's this? So you open it, pick up the first envelope, and it says, "Open me at the first crisis." Well, that's interesting. Second envelope says, "Open me at the second crisis." Third envelope, by now you know this, says, "Open me at the third crisis." So you put them in the drawer and you kind of forget about them. There's no crisis. Things will go along really well for about the first 16, 18 months. And then all of a sudden you have a terrible crisis. You don't know what to do. You're tearing your hair out. And then you remember the envelopes in the bottom of that drawer. So you think, okay, I hope this works. Open it up, pull out the paper, and it says, "Blame your predecessor." You think, good idea. So you go to your next big meeting, you say, well, my department's had this problem, we've run over budget, we're behind, but that is because of, what my predecessor did without properly managing or planning, and we'll get on track now, everything will be fine. So they give you another chance. And as you will learn in business, the greatest problem in business is not really to succeed, but it's to have the opportunity. Okay? So they give you another opportunity. This is a very good thing. So now you go on, you go back to the office, and you work hard, and everything goes well for about 2 or 3 years. Then you get suddenly your second big crisis. Well, you try this, you try that, you try something else, nothing works. So you open your second envelope, and it says, "Reorganize." So you reorganize, and sure enough, everything seems to go well for about 4 or 5 years. And the boss is happy with you, you get promoted, everything seems to be fine. And then you have a huge crisis, the worst crisis you've had yet. So you open that third envelope, and it says, "Prepare 3 envelopes." And the more you know about business, I think the funnier most people find this joke to be, because there really is a lot of truth to it. So I hope that you'll join us for the course. I hope that we can give you something interesting and something useful, something that will make you think, and better yet, something that will give you tools to succeed in the future, whatever field you intend to go into, business or otherwise. Thank you.